On January 12, 1960, George Jackson was sentenced to 1 year to life for a $70 gas station robbery. He would serve 11 years, 7 months, with 7 of those years in solitary confinement. On August 21, 1971, he was assassinated. In the intervening years, Jackson penned 2 centerpieces of revolutionary canonical texts, Soledad Brother and Blood in My Eye. In what follows, you will see and hear Jackson's ideas spoken, performed, and reflected by artists, activists, comrades, loved ones, the people to whom he spoke, who now speak him back to us. Welcome to this special edition of I Mix What I Like, George Jackson, Releasing the Dragon, a video mixtape.
Is transformation of our mind. Powerful mechanism transform our emotion is conviction, not just a single point of mind. In order to increase the ability of reasoning, study is very, very important.
Well, I was incarcerated under a 1 to life, a term they called for 1 to life, where I could have done 1 year and been released. I've done 10. That's more time than anybody in the state has ever done on a 1 to life.
When the prison gates fly open, the dragon will emerge. August 21st, 1971. The dragon has come. I said the dragon has come. Mr. George Jackson.
In 1960, when he was 18, he was falsely accused of stealing $70 from a gas station. Though there was evidence of his innocence, he was convinced to plead guilty so he can receive a life sentence. Instead, he was given a 1 to life, but he served 10 years, and that ain't right. 7.5 was spent in solitary confinement. Label him as a threat because of his movement. Soon he met Marx, Lenin, and Mao. Black guerrilla family redeemed me. How? Studying economics and military ideas. No longer will he fear a revolution was near. In 1970, you wouldn't believe 3 black inmates killed by OG Miller due to the color of their skin. Even though they rumbling, it was murder in the end. 3 days later, court ruled in favor, justified homicide. Took away their life, someone had to pay the price. Prison guard John Mills killed for payback. George Jackson, one of the suspects. Angela Davis came to his defense. August 7th, 1970, his brother Jonathan wanted to see him free. Walked in the courtroom and took hostages. Attempted to free 3 other convicts. All had weapons and gave this message: we are revolutionaries. The Soledad brothers must be free. He was only 17, but now he was a man. Hopped in a getaway van, drove toward the San Quentin sergeant. Police didn't care for the civilians. Shot in a van, killing him and his gunmen. George Jackson was moved to San Quentin. While in prison, he became an instant celebrity due to the release of Soledad Brother, but he still had to suffer. Reality, he will never be released. Kill me if you can, not kill me if you please. If I leave alive, I'm leaving nothing behind. They will never count him among the broken men. August 21st, 1971, George Jackson, the dragon has come, but how come? He was assassinated, vindicating comrades from injustice. He was a blade in the throat of fascism, trying to free inmates from a control mechanism called racism. True revolutionary, black militant, Mr. George Jackson. George Jackson, revolutionary. George Jackson, revolutionary. George Jackson, the revolutionary. George Jackson, the revolutionary. George Jackson, the revolutionary.
Like I remember reading George Jackson saw that brother, and obviously, learning about him getting killed in 1971, learning about his brother Jonathan Jackson trying to free him the year before, learning about Angela Davis helping to supply the guns to Jonathan Jackson, then her being the victim of the FBI witch hunt around the country, and clearly things like Attica happening after George Jackson was killed. So it represents a lot of stuff to me. So that's why these kind of events, again, are important, because it's almost like if they left Malcolm out of history books, they're going to leave George Jackson out of history books, because he was to the left of Malcolm.
The term Soledad Brothers, get this clear. The term Soledad doesn't apply to us three only. You understand? It applies to all those brothers down in Soledad who've been making moves and who are working on the idea that concentration camps won't work on black folks and oppressed people here in the United States. That we're just not going for it. We're together. We're all together. All our cases together. And when you say Soledad brother, you'll have pictures on the wall of not just the three original Soledad brothers, but all others who've fallen in line. You understand? And it should be worked from there. Soledad brother means all those there in Soledad who participate and who are trying to break down that thing there. Pursue our present goal, the proof that it won't work on us. In the future, when I get out, we go to a new level. That means liberation of political prisoners. Long live the gorilla.
In terms of being a revolutionary, if you considered yourself a revolutionary, then you would want to be like George in terms of his intellect, in terms of his physical stature, because he was a complete soldier. In my eyes, he was a complete soldier. He knew how to defend himself. He knew how to articulate his ideas. He knew how to organize, and he wasn't vocal. George was a very quiet brother, he wasn't, somebody you see on a podium just espousing this and that. He wasn't like that. He quietly passed on his ideas and direction for people to go. He had a reading list. I didn't know nothing about Kant, Socrates, Plato, Spinoza, Nietzsche. It was through George that I heard about those people and started reading those people, because this was all part of a process of becoming a complete, as we've referred to, soldier. You develop the way to defend yourself. You develop a way to articulate yourself. You develop a way to think. You develop a way to organize and inspire other people, to action. And the whole thing was, look, when a lot of us, when we come into this prison system, we came in as predators. We were preying on our community. Now, we're going to make a transformation so that when we go back to those communities, we can be an asset to those communities. We can build those communities, and that's where, his reference to Ho Chi Minh and the dragon is coming. And that's where that comes from, because Ho Chi Minh, was a teacher, and also he had been in prison. But he also said that, in one of his poems was, people who come out of prison can build up the society. When the prison gates fly open, the real dragons will fly out. Well, that's what George was talking about. The real dragons will be us, who have molded ourselves and transformed ourselves into be positive and having love for humanity, going back out there and demonstrating that love by building up our communities and be, like I said, being an asset to that community. And then when they started, you know, like I said, when all the conflict between blacks and guards, particularly white guards, started, you know, everybody knew when that yard scene went down, everybody in prison, and no matter what your race was, knew that the police had something to do with it. They shot those brothers down, and a lot of them they just left on that yard to bleed to death. You know, they could probably have been saved. Except for W.L., they shot, you know, they blew his chest out. So a lot of people knew that was wrong. But you know what? The courts ruled that what happened in Soledad was justifiable homicide. You know, and I'm not saying George and Fleet and John had anything to do with the killing of that guard. But the point is, what do you do when the law doesn't protect you from your rights being violated? And that's the way a lot of people felt. And, you know.
All right, what's going on, everybody? What is going on? Hope life is treating you right. Hope you're doing good. It has been a long time since I've been up here, been doing the streaming thing. And yeah, we're going to be hitting 10 o'clock days on Saturdays, 10 a.m. on the morning of Saturdays Eastern. We're going to be hitting 5 p.m. Eastern on Sundays as well. And we're always going to be hitting our Thursdays. I meant to go on this Thursday, but I got really hungover, man. I got really hungover. But we're going to be starting over. This video we just got finished watching is George Jackson releasing the Dragon, a video mixtape. It's just a really cool video that goes into George Jackson and his life, at least his life there in prison. Again, he was around 17 years old when he was put in there, and you know, they kept him in there for 10 years until he ultimately was murdered there by the guards. So he's got a really powerful story, I believe. And anyway, we're going to be bringing that to y'all here on this here streaming channel. I'll go ahead and pull the captions on as well. But yeah, we were trying to hit on airtime today. Airtime and YouTube and Restream, all the tools that I rely on to make this work, totally had a major crash on the you know, functional side of being and doing and making things happen. But hey, that's just part of what happens, right? It's just kind of how things go. I did want to do a quick tweet for this video here. Share, grab that, copy that. No, share, copy. We're gonna tweet this out. Find me on Twitter, y'all, if you so dare. We just watched, like I said, a little bit of releasing the Dragon. And I like how in the beginning we actually got to that. I'm going to be doing about 10 minutes of those. I usually don't do pre-show stuff. Usually we run, start the stream about 30 seconds in. And just kind of go from there. What's going on, Michael? Welcome. Hope you're doing good, man. It's been a long time. I've been AFK, having an extended AFK session out in the world, just trying to hang out with my family and all that goodness. But anyway, I'm back, and usually I'm live on Thursdays at 11 a.m., but we're hitting Saturdays and Sundays moving forward as well. So check it out. Hopefully, I know, Michael, you're in Russia, so we can might be able to hang out a little bit doing that early U.S. late Russia time crossover. All right, cool. Goodness. Drop that. Man, I'm way behind schedule, and I'm just going to make this a quick one because I was only supposed to be running this till about 12, so we got about 20 minutes. That's fine. We can speed it on through. But as always, real quick, they got all these things here. Check that out. That is a call to action. if you're, I believe, even if you're anywhere in North America, so I believe Canada's on that too. Actually, but this is specifically a U.S. thing because it is the Abolition Amendment. But yeah, just go ahead if you're in the U.S. Do this quick text thing, 52886. You're gonna send "and the exception," all one word, and that's gonna send you a quick petition for what you're doing. Michael, you're asking what is this stream about? This could be a quick shot. I wanted to show you guys some. Where's the theater? Here, we go to that one, and then I'll pull this one up here. Window capture, display capture. Window capture is fine. We can go here. That's fine. As long as the thing decides that it is to be willed. All right, that's there. We're gonna check out Game Devs of Color Expo. And there was a couple games that I watched. They had a little video out yesterday. We watched it. So why does that not come up? If I go over here, does it show it? Oh, it shows the frog noises. All right, let's turn that down ever so gently. Nope, it wasn't gentle at all. That's fine. Window capture, come on at me. And voila. There we go. The captions went away again. Don't go away, captions. We need you. We need you to stay and do what you do. But anyway, this is the Game Devs of Color. It is currently running this weekend, 23rd to the 27th. So if it's something you want to check out, you can get tickets for it still. It's about $20. So they start as low as $20 today. So they do like I don't really know totally all they're doing because I'm not really getting a ticket. Just kind of in my finance. I've heard this recently. My finances are in the faith stage right now. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Keep that rolling until we start hitting this money stuff for art and creating. It's kind of just some of the things I've been working on. But yeah, glad you guys could come through. So this is their main page, Game Devs of Color, and I made a list of some games that I thought, or that all I saw. So let's see at the games, the list of them here. So that was already passed, and they have a sale here as well. But these folks came up. Let's see, they had one called Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator. I thought that was pretty interesting. I didn't think it was gonna be something that I would get into, but the art looked really nice. Let's take a look. Space Warlord. Oh, I might be able to do all this on Steam. Let's just do Steam. Yeah, the site looked pretty solid. Steam Deck, by the way. I totally want to get one of those one day. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator. So this is it. Right here. Any audio for that? Yeah, you get a little bit of audio. A little bit of audio. Maybe a little too much audio, possibly. It's a little bit better. But yeah, it looks just kind of like a 2D, maybe match type game. But I liked the style of the art. It was reminds me of like old Game Boys. And yeah, apparently you're just buying and selling organs like you do, So if that's something that interests you, go check it out. You can send them a wish list. I'm not signed in, so we can't really do that. Maybe if I go over here and do and that's right, folks. Don't forget. Nope. This one. We do need an abolition. We need an ocean of abolitions. So while I'm over here logging in on Steam, I'm not showing you guys what I'm doing. Think about being an abolitionist, right? Because we need them. We need them. Come check them out. All right, let's do this. I did log in. A cyber heart. There you go. All right, come back to main. A new brain. See, you guys seem to think you. So there you go. Add to your wish list if you want to do that. This one isn't quite tickling my fancy. Let's see. I had another one called Dots Home, and that was about time travel. It was kind of a point and click one. It looked pretty cute. Dots Home. It's actually free. It seems. Dots Home. Right here. Yeah, that's the logo. I remember that. I like the art style. Really clean. Come on. Come on. Come on. But it's a little slow for my taste. But you travel in time. Apparently she travels in different periods of time to like encourage her parents to buy the house. She gets a magic key. I definitely like the idea of it, and definitely encourage you if this is the kind of style of game you'd be into. It deals with racism and redlining and stuff. I think games are an important tool to teach people about the past, teach people about new ways of being and whatnot. Let's see, is anything running on airtime? Yes, I'm still here. Okay, nothing's really running on airtime there. Oh well. Either way, that's going there. What we got? Excellent, excellent. But yeah, it could go either way. If you don't really want to deal with racist bullshit, because you deal with this shit on a daily basis, then, I don't know. Maybe there might be some catharsis from this kind of game. Potentially. But yeah, point and click time travel game. Does look certainly pretty interesting. Let me pull up my chat here, make sure everything. Canada is a good country nowadays. Well, I don't think there's a such thing, Michael, as a good country. We're all just we got our work cut out for us if we want to be a good country. Canada, no offense, but you guys got just as much fucked up history as the U.S. But hey, I'm no anthropologist, geologist, historian. I'm just an abolitionist here. Let's see, Night Reverie. So wait, hold on. Slime Hero, that was like kind of a dungeon crawler, like a magic and slasher. Not too interested in that personally, just not really my game. Let's see, Night Reverie. This was a solo adventure, kind of a Zelda-esque type thing. Night Reverie. There's that. It's free. Look at that. They got a demo. Let's see what we got here. Is this loud? No. So it definitely has like a Zelda-esque look. With the text, the pixels, all that kind of goodness. This comes out October 8th, actually, apparently. But the art style looks good. Not sure if I'll jump in on this one. My game, usually I don't have a big gaming list, but my list is growing. I haven't gotten any of them yet, but want to try Psychonauts. Want to try what else? Battlefield 2042. I think that looks pretty good. Metroid Dread. All that goodness. So yeah, that's Night Reverie. So you can kind of see it's kind of hack and slashy a little bit. So check that out. I'll put them on the wish list just to send them some support. Shore up those wish list counts. Is this just on PC? Let's see. It's on Steam, so that's a good question. That is a good question. Is Night Reverie platforms? Microsoft Windows, Android. Looks like it's going to be on Android. So that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that does look pretty good, actually. But I might be doing a pass on that just because it just totally doesn't suck me in with the goodness. I don't know if that's... I don't know. I have no explanation for that. It's just a gut feeling, I'm not saying I wouldn't like it. It's just... I'm not put... I would actually probably be more inclined to try this, even though I, again, probably won't. But it's definitely up my alley. It's kind of a task management game where you deal with customers in a bathhouse. It reminds me of games like Overcooked. or some kind of, or like the restaurant games where you have to deal with customers and cleaning things, and it's a lot of task management and time management, and quick thinking, priority type stuff. And yeah, they got a bunch of different goofy levels. So this seems like a very basic level. Do they show the ones later on? No, they don't. They just show. But it's like a bathhouse. So there's this one. There's another level where like the waves come in, and they like lift the baths and stuff. Anyway, I kind of like those kind of games, but Chrome World hard pass reminds you of Spirited Away. Yeah, it kind of had that kind of, it's when I think of bathhouse, you kind of think of Spirited Away. Let's see. Boiling Point was kind of like a board game where you're crabs in a pot and you're versus the chef. So you can play as like a crab, a lobsters, or a team of crabs, lobsters, or shrimps, and you have to try to progress and climb out of the pot, and then fight the chefs. I'll pull it up real quick because it's kind of funny explaining it. Boiling Point board game. Board game. I need either retro adventure, modern esports, or open world adventure. Yeah, I overlap with that for sure. Retro adventure. What are we talking about? Well, I've been playing a lot of Quake on the Switch lately. I thought that was just it was like $10. I picked it up a couple weeks ago. Really enjoying it. And the one that I'm looking forward to. What is the one I'm looking forward to? What was it called again? System Shock. System Shock remake looks really good. The demo's on Steam. I played a little bit of that. You can find some of that on YouTube. I really liked it. Really liked it a lot. That was really fun. But did they show the board, the game board? It's just a flat board. So there's kind of the board you can see there. That's not working. Zooming in. Nope, doesn't like that. But the game board, it's just a picture of a pot, and you progress with 0 to 6. So you try to get out. So either the pot boils and you all die, or someone gets out of the pot and then kills all the chefs. Here's the chefs here. Red, yellow, and the blue chef. So yeah, that was kind of interesting concept there. Let's see. But yeah, modern esports for sure. Hey, as far as esports, I wouldn't be mind getting into Halo Infinite for that. I mean, I don't know if I'm good enough. I need some more practice probably. But I would definitely be jumping on that one. And open world, man, open world games tend to like too much. I'm playing Breath of the Wild right now, so it's a very open world, but I gotta agree with Adam Sessler on G4. He did a review on it a couple months ago maybe, and he was saying that it was too empty. And I do kind of agree. There's just a lot of like empty areas in that game. It looks beautiful. It looks great. It is fun. Took me a bit to get adjusted to with the different weapon systems, the cooking system and stuff like that. But definitely a challenge to get into. But I like it. I like it, even though it's a little empty. But let's check out another one, Lonesome Village. This one reminds me of Animal Crossing, Lonesome Village. All right. What's going on, man?
Hey, Brett, are you there?
I am there. What's going on? I am. Yo, can you hear me, man? We're going to try this. Stand by 1 second, folks. Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How's it going? I'm actually streaming live. I was trying to get the video to come up here on airtime. It's just not cooperating. So I'll try this again. Present.
All right, so what I did was I posted the live stream into the chat, and then I presented it from the chat.
Yeah, that's what I have the link here, and then I did present. Is it showing you? Is it showing anything, or is it blank?
I see media error. Oh no, it's like airtime can't play this video due to YouTube restrictions.
Huh. Interesting. I wonder if that's something that I said on my end then.
Where are you located?
I'm in North Carolina.
So you one of the smarty pants?
Man, who knows? I hope not, man. I'm definitely just trying to figure out what I can, but why? What you need, man?
I'm just struggling with everything, dude, all at the same time. Fucking personalities, egos, and just I want to just focus on growth and reaching out to the rest of the world that really needs this information, not the same people who've been just sucking time and energy out of my life.
Right.
So I, I this app is great for what it is for. There's a
Yeah.
lot of errors that I'm seeing and being struggling with. So I downloaded this app called Restream.io,
Yeah.
and my goal was to download all 33 different applications and stream to 33 different platforms so we can create
Right.
content all at the same time.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm using right now as well. So I'm on Twitch and YouTube right now, which I was having trouble. I was trying to get here and start about an hour ago, but it just wasn't happening.
right. So what I'm looking at is
But I was
with
able to actually, I got technical support, so I was able to get it to work.
but there's a workflow, right? My
Yeah.
audience is on Clubhouse. If I
Yeah.
bring people to airtime, first I need to get them that link, and I could only send 40 messages on Clubhouse before I get banned. Plus, that takes like 25 minutes, right?
Right.
So I'm thinking of a workflow that looks something like this. We have a link that's generated that sends them to a website portal similar to Linktree, but it would just be nfts.tips forward slash something. I don't know what that word should be, but that word should be like a link tree. I don't know, links maybe, or connect
Okay.
or start.
And just so you know, I'm still kind of doing what I'm doing here in the background, but we are live, so I don't know if that matters to you right now, but I can try to shut off our audio for that real quick.
Oh, I don't care, dude.
Okay,
Everything
well
I
if you don't care, then that's fine. I'll just keep it going then. Either way, go ahead, man. So you're
yeah.
saying just getting a link to the airtime?
So I'm thinking about nfts.tips forward slash start, but I don't know if that's the right. Like I like using call to action words or verbs that make people do something.
Right.
Um, so the script would be like, you want to join us on airtime and Miro board and start seeing all the streams, all the links. All you need to do is put in this in your browser, nfts.tips forward slash start, and that's going to be a landing page that's going to collect your email and and possibly, I don't know if I don't know what else I want to collect, but collect data, right? And then an automatic email gets sent out once they hit the submit form, an auto reply, right?
Right.
Once that auto reply says, "Oh, congratulations, welcome to the community, welcome to the community," and then after they welcome the community, then they're gonna have a link to the airtime, a link to the Miro, and I don't know what else. Like what else is important? And I don't want to create too many things, and then I don't know how to do this off the top of my head, but create a delayed um new message that comes out that would like
Via email?
yeah, like I'm looking at this like in a structured format, right? So we have everybody in a clubhouse room, and I can't send them a visual or type fast enough to get everybody in the room information at the same
Right.
time. So my words, and nfts.tips forward slash start is an easy thing to spell and an easy way to get to a landing page with a form. That form collects data, and then from that form it basically sends an auto reply that welcomes them to the community and gives them the links that we were trying to send them in Clubhouse. So that would be the link to
Right.
airtime and
And what I've seen people do before is just, put that link on their Twitter or something. And since that's a pretty easy connection through Clubhouse, you just direct people to the link in your Twitter. That's what Glassy was doing with Linktree and stuff like that. Is that a workflow that you're looking to try as well? Because that seems like that would really streamline things, because usually people have no problem, I think, clicking through Twitter and stuff.
Okay, I agree. I don't know how to do all these. That's why I'm asking, so that's great. So we put the link in the bio, put the link on Twitter, and the link is super easy that if they don't even want to do either of those, they can type it out and get to this email form and get an auto reply with the links.
Right.
Then there has to be some sort of delay, and that delay could be anywhere from 10 minutes to a day. And then the next email should be sent out saying maybe like a welcoming video.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think. I don't really know the email tools that would be best for that, to be honest.
Right, I'm just mapping this out. I'll find somebody, but my brain has to like see this journey in order for it to make sense, right? So my goal for them to get into the email is to collect the data and get them immediately that autoresponder to get them inside the unit that we're all like live in right now,
Right.
which would be in YouTube, right? The delay could be a video welcoming them into the community, giving them a rundown of how things are, or possibly like the ethos or the mission statement.
Right.
And then from there bring them to another video, like I don't know, like they can't have too many calls to action in one email. Like it should just be one call to action, super easy, highly visual, not too much reading because people don't have time to read, you know.
Right.
And the video, a minute video, welcome them into the community. So now they got to see maybe a link, to the live restreams that were stored on the YouTube, or invite them to become a member and of the Patreon, and then they get access to the live streams recasted.
Yeah. So the airtime, the Miro, and then any streams that you're working on. Um, and then there's like the writers block group. They have a lot of things that they put out through that. But I understand what you're saying. It needs to be simple. It needs to be basic.
All right. So I think once we get them into a patron and they're paying a small fee just to be a part of the membership and to support the people who are creating the content and generating all this information, that's going to make sense for the users to want to participate, and then that can scale. Um, and then once we have the people in there, I don't know how to. I gotta figure that out. The Patreon. How do you protect the video so people can't see it?
Through Patreon. I think there I think there's a way that Patreon handles files like that. Like it's basically like I think a video that gets posted. Because Patreon has like a search social functionality, or not a search, but like a post feed or whatever for your project. And I think once you post a link there, maybe it can be an unlisted YouTube video or a private one that gets posted there, and it can only be seen if you have that access,
So
basically.
is it possible that when you're doing your live stream that it unlists it instead of makes it public right away?
There are options for that on YouTube, yes, to do unlisted, public, and private. I haven't experimented too much with those and with Patreon yet either, but I know that those does have some kind of functionality like that.
Yeah, I think we need to figure that out because then, like, I'm streaming it from my personal accounts. So I mean, but the thing is that if they're not lazy, they can go and find the information because I'm posting it on 30 specific websites. You know what I mean? So
Right.
like it's. But then the next thing that happened was my computer kept crashing, and it forced me to stop streaming after approximately 2 hours, which made me think about this. What if I structure my format of the streaming live, that every time we have a new um, topic, then we can shut the live stream off and start a new topic, start a new video, and then we have bite-sized pieces that are like under an hour that
Yeah.
could walk people through specific topics.
Yeah. No, I think that's to me that's the advantage of live streaming is you're not editing. You're not obviously you need to have all the ducks in a row so that everything's going, prepared and ready to go. And that when someone's searching on YouTube for whatever the topic is and they find it, that the full value for the video, is realized in the live stream. That's kind of a challenge, especially with groups or stuff like that. But I don't know you very well, Alex, but I know that you've been, um, folks really speak highly of you in this community, and they're really proud of the work you've done. So yeah, man, you got it right on. Just doing little bite-sized things.
So the next thing is that we need somebody that's going to be able to take that stream and create a short description and a title that could be added afterwards.
Right. And usually, like if there's any specific keywords that do come up in the live stream, take note of those so that that can be incorporated into that title and description information.
Yeah, agreed. So those were like super, like this is the map, like I'm seeing in my head, like that. It's hard to try to figure this out when you have 50, 60, 100 people in your ear.
Right.
So I'm just trying to figure out what a growth strategy would look like to penetrate marketplaces outside of where we currently are, and actually grow the strongest, fastest growing NFT community in the world.
Yeah, and cutting down on trying to just make things, yeah, trying to make things as simple for folks as possible, getting that information out. I mean, I think you're on the right track with trying to get a link in the Twitter and trying to get people on an email list. Um, but yeah, that's a challenge to not really be overloading people because there's a million different platforms now, and
So I
a lo-
also set ClickUp.
a lot
Do you
of
know about ClickUp?
competition for folks' attention. Go ahead.
You know about ClickUp?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
So I set that up last night and basically created all the different departments that I had on the mural board into separate folders, and then I added a bunch of things as far as tasks that I saw in my head that need to get completed. So the next phase after they get onboarded is now to activate like sniper teams or work groups. Like I think the project teams are too big and there's too many voices that are trying to get attention. So we can have multiple teams that could do specific tasks, but we need to have a way to like isolate maybe five max per group.
Yeah, just so things actually get done and stuff for sure.
So that was another idea, was creating in that first form to see which of those identities they feel like they fit in. I don't know. Dude, my brain just stops. Like I know what to do. I just don't know how to not make people fill out a million forms, and I
Yeah.
don't want to get overwhelmed because information, and then slowly walk them through with multiple other emails or other things to get them to the next stage and isolate the steps in smaller bite-sized pieces to make it easy.
What's up, Alex?
What's up, buddy?
It's David. I'm just enjoying the conversation, and I want to try to help as far as formulating the process. Um, how do you feel about the way you've kind of broken it down with the programming so far? And then maybe it's just a matter of, like you say, kind of plugging in those necessary kind of statements at the beginning of every clubhouse, or I mean, airtime if people are have airtime shows going, but especially on Clubhouse, you just have that plug like, thanks for following Clubhouse. Make sure you're following the greenhouse. And then everyone can have their link tree set up on their Twitter that includes like the NFTS.tips email list. And you can just say, like, go to my link tree on my Twitter to sign up for NFTS.
All right, everybody. I'm gonna go deal with them, and we're just gonna try to get some stuff done. Appreciate you all for coming through. I'm gonna come back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. If you guys want to hang out, hit me up in the 1frog9 Discord. I'll make sure that's somewhere. It might be on Twitch, it might be on Twitter, some link tree or something like that. But thanks for coming through, and we will see you guys soon. All right. Glad to be back, y'all. Peace.